Hi everybody from TechnoLost, so welcome to the multimedia focus on the Sony Xperia Z1. Well, let's start, remembering the technical specs for what concern the multimedia side, especially for what concern the, main camera. Here we have this very nice 20.7 megapixel sensor. It's a backside illuminator Eximor RS sensor. It's quite big. It's 1 inch on 2.3. It's to be a mobile device, it's a quite big sensor. If I do remind you that, for instance, the HTC One has 1 on 3 inch display sensor, while the Galaxy S4, for instance, has 1 on 3.2 inches. So so this sensor is pretty big to be a sensor on a mobile device. Of course, it's not one of the biggest, because we have the PureView 808 from Nokia, or even quite recent Nokia 1020, which have, of course, bigger sensor. But this one into an Android device is maybe one of the biggest. Sorry guys. Together with the sensor, we have a pretty good lens. It's a 6-element lens, 27 millimeters, and has an aperture size of f2.0, so a very bright and fast lens. Here we even have the flash LED, while the front-facing camera is nothing but a classical 2 megapixel sensor. So we thought about the hardware for concern the main camera. So now let's see and give a look to the UI of this camera. Let me zoom a little bit just to give you a better view. The main camera of this, Sony Xperia Z1 is all organized on, mode here. We have this kind of big tiles that we can even, organize in different order, for instance, just moving around, or we can even uninstall the tile we don't want, because we have here this plus up button which let us add more tiles to the view. As you can see, we have, other tiles that we can add, like this, for instance, panorama 360 view, or even the widget places like this one. So we just have to press and install the new tile, and if we want, we can remove the tiles we are not using, like the 360 panorama, for instance. We just have to keep pressing it and moving it to the trash can, as you saw. So these are all the settings that hold the scene mode, operation mode maybe better, that we have for this camera UI. You have the superior auto, you have the manual, which maybe should be more normal mode. We have time shift burst, which let us shoot up to 61 shot in 2 seconds. We have picture effect, which is nothing but some live picture, like some like Instagram filters. We have then the sweep panorama, which is nothing but the panorama mode, which can be shot just in landscape mode from left to right. Then we have, for instance, this IR effect, which is some kind of augmented reality. We just have to select the theme, and then like this we point to a surface, and we have this augmented reality view where we can even then move around, you see, and it's really nice and funny. The shot taken with this augmented reality operation mode are nothing but 2 megapixel shots, so 1080p to be more precise. Then we have this info eye, which is some kind of augmented reality too. I don't know if you can remember things like Liar, for instance, when you point something and you'll have the info. Just imagine this is a monument or something like this, and you'll have on the screen all the info on that monument. Then we have it does even work with, should even work with QR code and something like this. Then we have social life, which is a way to stream in real time a video to your Facebook account. Quite a short video indeed, and you cannot stream a whole football match, for instance. And we have Evernote, which is not that useful to me. It's a way to, you know, take a shot directly into Evernote. And then we have, for instance, this one I just added, which is the 360 panorama, like this. So as you can see, we have some pretty, you know, operation mode into this Sony Xperia Z1. Depending on the operation mode you selected, we will have different settings into the camera application. For instance, using Superior Auto, which does take shot only in 8 megapixel mode, because it's using, of course, oversampling. We just can select the flash mode, we can select the front-facing camera, and of course we can select some settings like self-timers, smile shutter, preview, burst with long press, which means that we can take even burst picture without having to select the dedicated operation mode. Of course, here we take picture in not so many picture in 2 seconds like we had into the previous mode. We have face registration recognition. Of course, we have settings for the video, which is just self timer, smile shutter, steady shot, and whether or not to activate the microphone. Another thing, sorry, that I forgot to tell you about the hardware of this device, that we finally have a dedicated camera button. Is a 2-step button, quite useful. And with these settings we can, for instance, decide what the button will do when pressed. Just launch only, launch and capture, launch and record video, or off. We have even settings for what concern auto upload of picture and video, and even touch capture and shutter sound, and where to store your picture and video, whether on the internal storage or the SD card, because I do remind you that this device does support SD card up to 64 GB. These are all more or less all the settings dealing with the Superior Auto. As you can see, using Superior Auto, we even have both the button for taking picture and for recording video all together. If we change the mode, sorry, like this manual mode, as you may see, even the interface changes. Here now we just have the button to take shot. We just to change the selector here to have even the button to record video. Using using manual mode, we have into the settings several resolution possibilities like 20 megapixel, 8 megapixel, 4:3, 8 megapixel, 16:9, 3 megapixel, and 2 megapixel. Here into manual mode, depending on the resolution you selected for your picture, you may have more or less settings available. Here at 20 megapixel we have launch only, geotagging, auto upload, touch capture, shutter sound, and of course once more the storage. This second tab of settings is always the same. The first tab may vary depending on the resolution, and even here we may have other shortcuts depending on the resolution. Just let me show you. If I select, for instance, 8 megapixel 16:9, we have here another settings which deals with the scene mode, and even here we have the HDR mode, which was previously hidden because we selected the 20 megapixel. We even have the metering. This is the manual mode. We even have the metering now, which we didn't have before, center, average, and spot. And what else? We have the image stabilizer, and that's it. Dealing with the scene mode here, now we have so many scene. We have soft scan, soft snap, anti-motion blur is more or less like an image stabilizer. We have landscape, backlight correction, HDR. We have night portrait. We've been using way too much the camera, so it's getting maybe too hot. This is a problem I had in situation like this, when you stand still for quite a long time with the camera interface. So let's see if we can get back to the camera. Okay, so we had, as I told you, the where were we? Soft snap, backlight correction, night portrait, night scene, handheld twilight, high sensitivity, gourmet, pet, beach, snow, party, sports, document, and 5 walks. And of course we even have here the white balancing and the exposure. Once more, flash settings, front facing camera, and several settings that I've already showed you. Selecting the video mode here, we have once more view scene, soft snap, landscape, night, beach, snow, sports, party. We even have the white balancing and exposure mode. We can activate or deactivate the flash as a torch, front facing camera, and these are the settings for consent video. We have the different resolution, full HD, HD or MMS. As you may notice, we don't have the 4K resolution, although both the sensor and the CPU are of course compatible with the 4K resolution, but Sony decided not to implement this feature into this device. We don't know if later on Sony will decide to implement the 4K feature, considering that this device can easily handle it, and it does even have the micro SD slot, which is quite useful capturing such heavy video rate due to the 4K resolution. We keep having problem. Maybe it's due to the fact that I've been even shooting the previous video focus on multimedia in my own language, Italian, and it detail a lot of time, 44 minutes. So I guess maybe the camera is way too hot because we've been using it for too much time. Maybe we need sometimes to cool it a little bit. Let's try. Okay, so these are all the settings for the video resolution, self-timer, span shutter, focus mode. We even have HDR video, metering, steady shot microphone, and always the same settings for what concern the second tab. So this is the interface for the video recording and picture taking. We have of course some other stuff here. Just the last things that I want to show you. If we select manual mode here, like here, and we use the maximum resolution, which is 20 megapixel, if we select superior auto, we can see that zooming, we have this gray part here, which means that we can zoom up to 3 times the magnifier of the scene, of course, without losing too much details. This is what Sony calls clarity zoom, and it's of course thanks to the oversampling once more. So these are more or less all the stuff dealing with the camera UI.